Hey, this is Mr. P, and today we're going to talk about what is a good method for doing unit conversions. So let's say the question asks us to convert 10 centimeters per minute to meters per second. The first thing that we want to do is figure out what the given is and write it over 1 if it only has a numerator, or just write the given if it has a numerator and denominator. So go ahead, pause the video, and think about what is the given information here. Okay, well, the given information is that there are 10 centimeters per minute. So now that we've got that written over 1, the next thing that you want to do is put a multiplication sign and then another bar. And then you want to think about what unit should go here. So for right now, don't worry about the number. Just figure out what unit should go in this place. Okay, well, we want to cancel out centimeters because we're trying to go from centimeters to meters. And so let's put centimeters down there. And then on the top, we should think about what unit we're trying to go to, or at least get closer to what we're trying to go to, which in this case is meters. So meters will go on the top. And so that way, centimeters over centimeters cancels out. And the reason we know that works is that anything over itself is always 1. And then once you have the units written here, then you can start worrying about what numbers actually go there. So, and you want to make sure you get this right. If you put a wrong, you have to make sure the number of meters you're putting is equal to the number of centimeters. Otherwise, this whole thing falls apart. And so it's 1 meter is 100 centimeters. Those are equivalent, and that's why this works out. So right now we have units of meters per minute, but we're trying to get to meters per second. So we're going to put another bar here. And then please go ahead, pause the video, and think about what unit should end up here. Well, the unit that should end up over there is minutes, because we're trying to cancel the minutes out, and we need to have 1 minute on the top and 1 minute on the bottom in order to cancel it out. So we're going from minutes, and we know the conversion to seconds, which is what we're after, and so let's put a seconds down there. And then next we need to figure out how many minutes to how many seconds. Well, 1 minute to 60 seconds. And now you can see that we have the units we want. Everything is canceled out except for meters and seconds, and that's what we were trying to get to, meters per second. So then the next step is to do the multiplication. And here you want to be careful, because a lot of times students are careless and do the multiplication poorly. So the first thing that you should do is set an equal sign, and then let's put another bar, and let's multiply all the numbers on the top together. Go ahead, pause the video, see what you get. Okay, it's 10 centimeters times 1 meter times 1 minute, or I'm sorry, it should be 10 times 1 times 1. So 10 is on the top, and then you should do the same on the bottom. Multiply all the numbers on the bottom. Go ahead, pause the video. Okay, so if we do 100 times 60, 6,000. And then last we can put the units in, so it's meters per second. And then finally, if we write it as a fraction like this, we have no way of telling how accurate it is. So it's not well suited for significant figures. So we want to simplify this into a decimal. So if we cancel out one of the zeros on the top and one of the zeros on the bottom, we have 1 over 600. So 1 over 600 is 0.0016. And we started with 1 sig fig, so we should probably end with 1 sig fig. So we should probably round that to 0.002. And then the final units that hasn't canceled out is meters per second. And then we're done. So again, remember the steps is first figure out the given and write it at the beginning. Put a multiplication bar, and then think about what unit you want to cancel out, and then put the right ratio in, and just do another multiplication sign, another bar. It's important that you do it all together like this. In simple calculations, sometimes students can get away with doing it sort of one step at a time, but especially when you get to chemistry next year, this way is really the only way that's going to cut it. And that's what we're going to expect this year. Okay, thanks, and see you next time.